It's taking forever today to just do what it's supposed to do. All right, now we are live. What up, everybody, to another episode of Put It in the Cart. Sorry we cannot be as entertaining as Saturday morning cartoon, but I guarantee you we're just as cool. Again, with my co-host Plastic Thunder, Mr. Dark Joker himself, and somebody's lagging, but hey, we're here now, so that's all that matters.
I am here. Johnny froze on us.
Okay, so I'm not tripping it. He did.
Johnny Five is not alive anymore. I'm sorry. He froze. Unlike the Black Panther, he froze.
Nah,
I
man.
never
So
beat.
I seen last night's what is it? Infinity Equation. A lot of those,
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of those top tens were very, very questionable, Dante.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Here we go.
No, it's not just on you. I'm talking about everybody's list. I'm not shitting on nobody's list, but a lot of those were like
Look, is all prefaces this. It's I'll say this. It was everybody's own. I give McFarlane a lot of crap. If you enjoy McFarlane, that's your choice. I just joke around about it, and it's all in good fun. Um, yeah, like I can't defend everybody else's choice. My choices were just like I feel like the more like independent import companies were knocking it out of the park. I do like my Marvel Legends, don't get me wrong, but I felt like Veteran Williams is a great figure to have. Hades from Berserker Studios. The Blot was a great figure from Marvel Legends. Super articulated Black Widow is a great figure. Mr. Hyde's a great figure. Mafex Magneto is a great one. Red Sonja from Loose Collector. Um, I forget who else I said. Baki from Storm Collectibles. To me, those are good figures. Like if you're looking just if you're those character you like those characters and you want some great posing out of them, those ones, especially Baki and Veteran Williams, I'd say like that Baki is hands down like the great, very posable, awesome, super articulated figure. Um, Veteran Williams, you get a great werewolf skull, options as a werewolf. You can turn him into a full on werewolf. You can turn him into like a hunter. He is like that werewolf you've been craving and wanting. If you want a werewolf figure, he is the one to get. Now, loose collectors will be coming out with theirs, and theirs is a lot taller than the Veteran Williams. But I really want to see how they kind of pull it off on their end. But yeah, like
You know
my, I
what?
go, what's that?
The only thing that can match them is probably the cryptid toys or what? Fuck, I think it was cryptid toys. They had like a whole line of like super articulated, almost 1K toys level articulation. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong company though.
Um,
I
I don't
think
know.
maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. Cryptid toys or shit, what was it? They had like a line of like zombie stuff too. I can't remember. Yeah,
The
just
new
forget what I
ones.
said. I'm
Okay,
lost.
but I understand like so like I mean we're getting good figures, and then it's going to be nice to see what um the big bad toy store offering comes with, especially with those army builders and those kind of figures, because they may do their own werewolf down the line. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like I said, like for right now, that was my top 10 so far a year. We still got 3 more months to go.
no,
Uh,
and that's another thing too. Why I was just like, all right, I can't really be too hard on this list because we haven't finished out the rest of the year.
right.
Hmm.
But I do feel like some of this list, I don't know. It felt like a lot of these figures were just like I don't. Not that I don't see the appeal of them, but it's just like the placement. I guess like your top 10 is your top 10. That's fine. But I'm just like, okay, I can see this being on somebody's top 10 list, but I couldn't see this being that high on somebody's list. I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Basically, you're saying you ain't had nothing blow your socks off or whatever, like nothing spectacular yet.
I can see that, but I mean, and like you said, and I said, it's your personal top 10 list. So, um, it's to me, my list was based off like fun factor and how like where I have it at in my collection. Is it sitting on the shelf, or is it sitting on my desk for me to like play with all the time? I'm sitting on my toy, like doing get ready to probably do something, and it's like, man, I get distracted by that figure just sitting there.
Yeah. No,
Whereas,
oh, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say like, whereas like I remember at one point people were putting like the sitting on their top 10 list, and it's just like I understand like it's a dope looking figure, but it's just like not really too much you can do with this besides like propping it up and hoping to God it don't fall over or something like that. Like,
do you happen to not own a Sentinel, Nick?
I don't have one. I have seen one. Like I've went to a
Haterade.
No, it's not even that. I went to a friend of mine and it looks good, but then like he's like literally put it up for me and it just kind of tilts backwards, and I'm like, yo, people like really paid money for this. Like,
yeah. I mean,
it's by no means perfect. Like,
yeah,
true.
Like my three are fine. Like the ones I have, they're decent. They stand up. Like I haven't had an issue with them. But I love them. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I got them. Don't get me wrong about that either. Right now, they're just kind of like they sit there. They stand in the background. They do. They may hold something up for me. They may be my holders. But until I can find a spot permanently for them, right now, one's chilling right now on this on this desk next to Galactus. The other two are standing next to each other, like stand next to a jail cell on like a giant dragon. Like, so until I can find a spot for them where they can be in the X-Men display. And that's the hard part. Like, I'm not taking a piece of glass out of my detail so I can display them in there. No, I want them to be on display. Like, I want them to be a kind of front and back display.
Yeah, they're definitely like centerpieces. I guess for me, I have a not obsession, but a real thing about symmetry. So for like, I have 2 right now. I want 3 minimum, 5 possibly if I can swing that. So if I get 5, they're all going to be lining up the back of the display, like you had mentioned. Or if I hit like where I'm at right now, 2, they're just on the corners of that X-Men display, and all the X-Men just kind of, fill in the middle. If I get 3, they're going to be kind of centered, and everything's going to just kind of fill in around them. But yeah, like you said, like Nick was saying too, it's just they're so massive. They mostly are just going to kind of be standing stationary, like you see like most hot toy guys have their stuff displayed. It's weird, but I'm happy with my Sentinel, the 2 I got right now.
Yo, BB Gardner, what up, sir? Nah, it's like I said, it's just like it was a unique list for everybody, but my thing was just placement as far as like everybody's list, and I'm just like, okay, like it's interesting that this person would think this figure is above this one, but it was good to hear like a lot of the, I guess, personal perspective on why they thought so. So that was just like, okay, like that is something that makes this list a little bit more intriguing versus certain figures coming up and then Dante doing the old eye roll and whatnot. Like, so
I'll be right back.
So speaking of giant figures, I'm pretty sure you did you back the HasLab Giant Man, Dante?
Yes, I did. I'm really thinking about getting a second one, honestly. Just so I can have one if it does make the goal of the scroll head. Just to have one regular giant man, and then one with the scroll face on it, so you can have him in a headlock and give him a noogie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not bad. I did not think about buying 2 just for regular giant man versus scroll giant man.
Yo, I'm telling you, I've been thinking of some crazy ideas with stuff, and it's like, yo.
I mean, dropping an additional $230 something is definitely crazy.
Well, people be talking about like, well, look at the taxes on it. I was like, what taxes? I ain't got taxes here, baby. I ain't got no taxes here. So it's just
Where
$400 for me.
where you at?
Delaware, tax-free
Okay.
state, tax-free shopping, sir.
I gotta look
Now-
and see if Texas has tax. I'm pretty sure we do, but it's low or
Now,
something.
with 37 days to go, do you think this is going to get back? Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Do you think it could possibly turn into a haslab, like a Ghost Rider incident, or do you think it's going to get back for sure?
I think it's going to get back. I mean, there's people who say they don't need it. They say it's great, but they don't need it, and that's fine. There's people who say like, why not get some extra figures? Well, they can't explain that. I mean, it is what it is at this point, but and there's some who say like the Toy Biz one is great, and I'm just like, it's great, but not on this size level great.
I mean, if you have the Toy Biz joint, it's a good like in between. This is like just him max pin particled out, like no holds barred. If you have that Toy Biz though, you got like a good in the middle scale type thing going on.
Exactly. And I said this, and I'll tell it to them if I do see my New York Comic Con. I said, for initial offering, like with the initial offering of the Giant Man, like could they put in like I don't know if it would be like a acrylic stamp or like a plastic backing that shows him growing to that size, like almost like if like Bruce Banner's like turning into the Hulk, but show like Hank Pym transforming into that growing size. That to me would be a great initial part of the initial backing, something extra you don't have to pay for. It wouldn't be a lot, but it just comes with it just for for you for just backing it.
Now, if they do that, it's gotta be on like some translucent. I don't know, like certain showers have like that glass that's like kind of vaguely transparent, something like that. You want something like that, and then you could just have him growing on that sort of plastic. Packaging could definitely be a big plus.
Now I give it to him because like the engineering in the hands, like I've never really actually taken the time to keep like I guess like trying to figure out how they did it, but I'm just like, oh man, this I give it to them. And honestly, Marty, that's not mine, bro. Like it's one in the wall that belongs to upstairs apartment. Like they're just that loud, and they play so many of them in here. So apologies about that, because I don't ran around this whole entire place and took all the batteries out. Like,
oh God, I thought it was Dante.
Dante was pretty sure he don't got no problems like this. Like this is common world, common world problems and whatnot.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm in my little trap office here at work. Actually, let me show y'all what I got going on here.
Look, I'm sorry. I am here, but I'm also cleaning out the printers and trying to set up some prints too. So, yes, I am here. And no, it would not be me, sir. I put the batteries in. Always got batteries on deck.
Here, go back around and show us that real quick, Johnny.
Yeah, so they got me used to local wise here, just posted up here at my little other desk. It's like all the books, mezcos, shipping boxes, the iconic tote of every collector, the little yellow joints. Of course, the stuff I got sitting on my desk. Yeah, I am working what I got.
Marty, your food for that one.
I've streamed everywhere but home. Yeah. No, I streamed from home maybe once. It's the work schedule, man. I'm just always on the clock. And if they let me get away with this much, there's no point in beating that overtime and just getting more hours. So that's what I've been on for the past while now.
So have they figured out like how exactly to swap the faces on this?
They haven't told us, but most people are assuming you remove like the top of his dome and the plates just kind of come off or swappable that way.
Yes, they did say that. They did explain. It's a
I was,
soft overlay underneath the mask. So from what Dan was saying, Ryan, I think Ryan explained, it's a soft overlay that you lift up and then you can slide the faceplate in. I think that's what it was said. But Dan on X or Twitter, whatever it's called now, explained it, put an explanation on there because I was curious as well. So I was really curious, like how you gonna slide it, like how that faceplate works. But they explained it, so I'm like, okay, cool. Hopefully, at New York Comic Con, we get to see it like kind of maybe work, depending on like if it's a functional model there. So you know, hey, hey, ho ho, that face has got to go. I'm just smiling. I say when you're smiling.
I like the faces here. And I like how they kind of went with like a textured look for this giant man. It kind of
Yeah.
modernizes that look.
Oh yeah.
So it's not strictly super retro where he's got like the skin tight spandex type vibe going on. I fucks with it.
I like it. Like I said, if they did the one initial figure, if they did like a yellow jacket, I would have been cool with that. Like, yo, you just put one figure in there, like yellow jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have. I think it would have went further already than what it's at right now. Um, but I think this is what the lowest that they've had, like the target of 10,000.
I mean, people are tripping about Yellow Jacket, but let's keep it a buck. Hasbro is definitely going to come for more money with supporting purchases. So there's going to be like a Target exclusive Yellow Jacket. There'll probably be like a Wasp free pack or something crazy like that. Like they're going to come and just encourage more spending. So I'm not even tripping. Or I wouldn't be tripping if I was worried about it.
No, it's just I think that would be nice as part of the either one that unlocks. But like I said, I backed it.
More always will always be better. I mean, even if you want to nitpick, like the zombie face is blue, which goes with like all the Disney Plus zombies that they gave us. But if we're going for like a comic zombie giant man, bro should have like real decayed flesh, not the blue stuff. So there's some questionable choices, but you know, it's kind of like with the stretch goals, at least for Marvel's team, it's been kind of you get what you get. You know, hope for the best.
Well, I'm hoping, and which hasn't. So I did see the initial episode release of What If, and it doesn't look like we're getting any more zombie episodes in there.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's like they don't sound like great episodes either. Like the titles of them is like kind of like. Ugh.
I mean, how? I guess I'm not going to lead you into spoiling shit for people, but how do you know that? How do you feel they're bad just off the title alone?
One of them's a musical.
It's definitely there's a demographic for people that like really silly shit from Disney. So that might blow up with some people, man. You never know.
The thing is it's just like how many times do you have to make an episode of musical? Like we don't like it's not needed. It doesn't like if it was like back in the day when it was Buffy, that's fine. Okay, that's cool. That was back in the day. I don't need like one episode out of like maybe like 2 or 4 or 5 seasons to have one musical episode. Like I don't need it. The Office didn't do it. Why do I need this? Like I'm just hoping they will continue with some more Marvel Zombies. Other than that, see, Marty doesn't want it. See, he's like, yeah, please, no more musical episodes for anything anymore. I agree.
Marty, you're not appealing to like the you're not understanding like the 20 to maybe middle school demographic that just love that really cute shit.
Who like really like are they really watching? Let's be honest. Like, are they like mostly? I understand that's what they're trying to make it for, but are they really watching it? Like,
I mean,
you'd be surprised. Like honestly, Disneyland has California Adventure. They have what's it called? I Could Do This All Day, the musical from Hawkeye. Like that's an actual thing you can go watch now. So like musicals are pretty popular with people, surprisingly enough. Like, so you throw Marvel in the mix, I'm pretty sure people will eat it up.
At this point, I feel like we've hit that Marvel fatigue really bad, and it's not going to get any better. I already read about the Marvels, and yeah, I mean the Marvels doesn't sound too bad, but I don't think it's going to knock anybody out of. It's going to knock anything out of the park.
I mean, at this point, if something is not liked by the majority, they just blame the audience as being, bitter and hateful.
Honestly, it's not even being bitter and hateful about it. It's just you're not doing anything interesting with the characters. Like the Marvels, it really does sound like they're playing it safe with the story that they're doing
Yeah.
with it.
I
can tell you right now, nobody's going to die. I can tell you that right now. You're not going to lose anything.
No, they are the face of the future, I guess, of Marvel. Like Captain Marvel, I'm pretty sure they built a lot of this stuff around her.
Yeah, I'll say this.
If you look at, I'm gonna just drop this real quick and be brief. But if you look at how like all new, all different Marvel, when they were trying to do all that, they kind of low key tried to make Captain Marvel like a cornerstone of the Marvel comics, and I feel like she still is. And I feel like they want to do that with these movies too.
No, you are correct. You are very much correct with that. I think they didn't go about the right way because, like how DC did theirs, it was like you cared about the young characters. Yeah, they did waste Monica. At this point, in the Marvels, they don't waste Monica. I can tell you that right now. They don't waste her. She's actually somebody pivotal in like the story. All different Marvel went about it the wrong way. It was kind of like forcing them. DC kind of did a little, like I said, did it a little bit better. Where like kind of like, hey, these are new young cats around. Like they have some good mentors, but they did have like decent stories to back them up with them. Like you kind of cared about Superboy. You cared about Nightwing. Most people do care about Nightwing. Like you cared about Teen Titans, like how those stories went. So
yeah. Honestly, Marty, next wave, it's not the Avengers, it's not X-Men. So there's a lot of freedom with directors doing what, I don't know, interesting things, because people don't have like these pre-established beliefs of what those characters should be. I mean, just look at what James Gunn has done with basically any obscure property. Like there's a lot of good stuff that could happen if they went there.
How do you guys feel about supposedly like the next Doctor Strange being based off of the Time Runs Out series? I feel like it's cool that they're doing it, but a lot of those characters that are supposed to be in that story, they jumped the gun and had thrown a lot of those characters in Infinity War.
I'm fine with that. Like I have to go back and review the story, honestly, but I'm fine if you're going to actually adapt it off of the story. If you're not going to adapt it off of the story and you're just going to kind of like Secret Invasion, you call it Secret Invasion in name, but it really wasn't Secret Invasion. And it's just like, all right, cool. Yeah, and it wasn't a great show. You wasted Nick Fury, you wasted the Skrulls, you wasted a lot. It could have had potential, but you just wasted it because you didn't want the people to read that comic to kind of have a little bit of inkling of an idea of like, hey, maybe we should change this part in the story. Maybe we should do this with the story. But if Sam Raimi's doing Doctor Strange, I had no problem with him doing it. If he's going to do the third movie, I should say. If he does a third movie and it's going to be based off of that, I'm fine with it. Sam Raimi's a good director. I have no problem with it. This man has done Evil Dead, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. He's done some good horror movies. Like, I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that.
Definitely more original ideas than we've gotten from a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah. Yo, that Luke Cage.
I'm really trying not to. I really try not to lean into hardcore Marvel hater because that's like a real popular take these days. But man, it's tough to like defend and be positive with a lot of this stuff, man.
It is.
Marty said, I'm okay with it as long as it's written well, but I rather at this point they just do new original stories or adapt from the last days of Magic, start bringing in empirical, etc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy gets it.
This is the thing. I think if we still had Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, we would have got these stories that we wanted. We would have got Doctor Strange showing up. We would have got like good stories, more Spider-Man showing up, more of the other characters showing up. I mean, Luke Cage and Iron Fist did show up in there, which was awesome.
It was
They
last
probably would have
minute.
got, yeah, we would have got Dracula's story, and then Blade would have showed up. Like that would have been awesome. Iron Man and Blade try and take down like a vampire cat, vampire Black Widow. Like, come on, a vampire Hawkeye. Like
Yeah,
that would have been great. Then you could kind of spin it off too, like have a whole B section story of Hawk being sent off of Earth. Then you could do Planet Hawk.
And we're talking Earth's Mightiest Heroes, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
yeah. Go ahead and pull the plug on it.
that cartoon right there could have rivaled, really could have rivaled Justice League. It was like the only Marvel cartoon at the time that was really able to do that too.
yeah. I feel like it was getting close to where Justice League stories were, but the thing is, it was just like, man, you all gotta let it go. They'd be like, yeah, Disney's got this. You're a studio we don't care about. We're going to do it our way. We want stuff based off the movies that people like. And I feel bad for all those. I feel bad for that studio. I feel bad for all those animators because they and writers of that because they were hit. They were knocking it out of the park. They hit like Secret Invasion really. They did Secret Invasion really well. Like you
Yeah,
didn't know Cap was a freaking scroll until like the end of the episode. You're like, oh snap, Cap. Nah, they
man.
ain't got Cap.
Man, let me tell you, like as a kid, I mean, relatively, I don't remember if I was like a teenager, preteen, but I know I was young when I saw it. The first time, it was like a complete shocker. Like even though we kind of paid attention to the title cards, we were watching that show on Netflix, so it would go from episode to episode. And when you saw he was a scroll, like that shit was hype, man.
Yeah.
And we didn't get anything near that level of intrigue with the live action, which I knew not to expect, but just the way they did that story and set up all that, like it was great, man.
Yeah, I think if they were to do that in the movies, that's would be your mid credits or your end credits stuff. That's
Yeah,
what sets it. That would have made it like more intriguing. They kind of did it with Thanos, but it was like spread out over like maybe one or two movies. Like, okay, Thanos is the big baddie.
and not even consecutively. It would be like a couple of movies before you saw, him show up again.
So I mean,
Exactly.
not so much. I mean, I haven't seen it, but for anybody who hasn't, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Like, didn't they kind of do that in the show on Secret Invasion? Though, like not so much like you find out somebody hardcore who was not, I guess, a super or who was a superhero. Like you find out they're a scroll, but like, isn't Rhodey one or something like that? Rhodey and Everett
Yeah,
Ross.
yeah. Rhodey, ever since Civil War, and he fell out the little, you know, lost his legs. He's been a scroll. That's what we think.
So it's just like they didn't even really make anybody like major scroll. It was just like they just placed like scrolls here and there and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean you didn't? Rhodey wasn't a major character to you?
Well, to be very honest, like not really. Like
No, I mean he's not. No, but I mean I haven't seen a kid just clamor to be War Machine, MCU War Machine.
no, I just mean like okay. So think about it. Like I mean, for not to be that guy like over the comic book, but I mean comic book wise, like they replaced like all the major players like as scrolls.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, I mean, but to my knowledge, like Rhodey was hanging around with fucking Nick Fury, like doing all their stuff, trying to weed out scrolls and whatnot. So that's why I'm like, in movie or MCU wise, I'm like, they made Rhodey a scroll. Like, when did they have the time to do that? Like,
Yeah, they played it loose because the more you go into detail, the more things fall apart. So they kept it a little bit. They didn't go, real deep in the weeds with the lore because that's just asking for trouble from nerds in any franchise.
No, this wave looks good. Honestly, Clea, Blade, and Luke Cage had to be like my top three that I'm like willingly like wanting to get.
Did you already lock in your order?
No, like to be honest with you, like the wave entirely just didn't impress me to be like I got to get every figure to have this because there are some that I do want to army build more than others.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the three that I don't mind getting, or even if I got to pay like a little like more to get them, like I said, Clea, Blade, and Luke Cage for sure.
I don't know, man. The Luke Cage. I mean, not Luke Cage. The Blade. I kind of don't like that he has exclusively a like raging out screaming face. Works for action shots, but no neutral. That's kind of a big L. Like, let's be keep it a buck. I'm gonna buy all of these eventually, but as far as like hype, Cage for sure, Clea for sure. I may chill with the what are they? Foot Ninja, I believe they're called. But yeah, the wave is hype. It's just some of these figures could have easily been put on updated bodies, and they chose not to do that. That's what's got me hung up. Like Blade with no butterflies, we already got that. Like, come on,
That's a crime right there, bro. And Mirage said decent looking wave, even despite the bobblehead Blade.
Let me. Yeah, kind of.
Nah, but Clea, like I said, Clea and Luke Cage are like the two best looking ones in the wave. Like hopefully, like across the board, like the paint apps would be nice, but it's just like when you look at the face sculpts on both of them, the face printing technology, like
Yeah,
Hasbro really, for comic book accurate figures, like they really did a good job making these.
the face printing is a game changer. Like, you don't gotta get like the leaky eyes we used to get. Like, I still have my Misty Knight. She had that figure like across the board just has horrible leaky eyes, and I'm waiting for them to redo her so she can go with like this crew right here. Give her that face print and love.
Like crazy. This is an actual figure, bro. Like a $20 one at that. Like,
Yeah, it's fine. It makes then that's part of the reason why I've been selling off so many of my legends. Like this compared to like the hand painted or whatever they had going on with the older stuff, it's like no comparison. They almost don't even go together anymore. So I'm selling off almost all the old shit and just buying everything over again.
Have no fear.
Speaking of figures that have actually like made their goals and whatnot. Johnny was wanting to bring this up, and I don't really collect like 3-inch figures like that, but even this had definitely like piqued my interest like hardcore.
What, the Ghost?
Yes, the ghost. Like,
Yeah, man.
like I seen it, and I'm like, I'm impressed with this. I am. Like I already know for a fact that it's like, of course, like it's funded, but
have you watched? I didn't. Have you been watching like the Rebels content stuff, or just been enjoying the live action?
Oh, I've been watching like Rebels 2.5, Ahsoka. That's about it. But
Okay.
like
Well,
actual
honestly,
Rebels, no.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as far as Ahsoka goes and like this ship, it's pretty accurate. I know a lot of people were saying like it's underscaled, but it's underscaled compared to like the cartoon, which this ship is not based on. But when you look at the actual Ahsoka, like episode 5, we got like a real good look at it, and this is not 100%, but pretty damn close scale wise. So like, I'm happy I pulled the trigger on this. It's 90% there. Yeah, like that little that picture right there. It's like go back one. This way. Well, yeah, right there. A lot of people were complaining, saying like that little landing bay door wasn't big enough. But if you look at the show, it's about 90% accurate. Like when she steps out, she kind of ducks her head a little bit. So it's this close, and that's good enough. I'm happy.
Now, is this something like basically? This was one of those where you were just like, I needed it for sure.
Yeah, like for me, just these big vehicles, they've essentially served as like dioramas. So for more or less for $500, you get a badass diorama, you get a few figures, and I'm like one of the people that backed. I backed under like I was like one of the first 100 people that backed this. I just saw it, and just instinctively locked in. Like, what's the worst that can happen if you? Why entertain? Thinking about it when you just know. But yeah, the paint job. You can actually remove like the size of the ships. That way, you can, if you want to put it up in your diorama, your DTOF or whatever, you can just take one of those sides of the ship off and just have like half of it hanging off. It's really a great piece. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm happy everybody got it. It's not something for me, but I'm happy everybody's getting it.
Oh, you're Rebels hated, Dante?
No, I never watched Rebels, so I there's nothing for me to hate on. So it's just
yeah. I mean, it's if you already got your like big what they call it, the BMF, the Big Falcon, you don't necessarily need this unless it's just you got an obsession. For me, I got an obsession with just cool pieces. This is a cool piece, even though Rebels is kind of just mid in my opinion.
Yeah,
So,
I've never
question.
seen Rebels.
Like, are you gonna kit bash most of these with your what is it? Your Joy Toy figures.
Joy Toy?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Even the Razor Crest. I was in the lab messing with the Cosmic Legions. I was like, hey, this is just a big ass piece of metal. Like, these are diorama parts. So I started messing with that, and I put a little idea together and hoping to use that soon. But yeah, like these vehicles, it's literally just big space stuff. You can take this, like I said, the sides can come off. Take the sides off, put them down. You got like 6 or 7 inches of slumping space. You can use that as like a prop. There's a lot of potential there if you really think about it. I'm all for it.
No, and you know what? I give it to Hasbro because, like I said, like it to me, the price is justifiable. You got a ship which you said breaks into tinier diorama parts that you could use for like whatever scenes or whatever, or you don't even necessarily have to use these parts for that ship. You just use it for like a certain part in a cantina or something like that.
Yeah, even just like a junkyard or something. You could just have a piece of the ship tucked in behind some other stuff, and you've done filled out the background of your shot.
Well, I said I watched Rebels, but I wouldn't want it to be honest. Great looking coffee table though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not the most interesting design, but just as far as big space stuff with decent paint, that's enough for me. And I'm biased because I buy a lot of Star Wars shit I don't need, unnecessarily. But no, this is legit. The crazy thing about this is that this actually funded better than almost all the other. It's like the second highest funded HasLab at like what 27,000 almost. Let me look. I wrote it down. I guess nope. I lost it.
What was the first one? The Razor Crest?
Yeah, Razor Crest, Jabba sail barge. You had I'm talking about somebody ranked like every HasLab, including like the Hasbro stuff too, like Sentinel. This actually outfunded the Sentinel, so they sold more of these than an army builder, which is crazy. By a good bit too. I can't remember how much. I should have wrote it down. Coming in all unprepared. Ooh.
You didn't come prepared. Well, sir, that's it. Cancel show, Nick. We're done. He ain't come prepared. Go ahead and break.
And speaking of like, honestly, this Hot Toys looks fucking great. The character, I'm not keen on the character. I do not care for this character. I do not like her one bit. She's just She's just filler. That's all she is. Like, but this
Bad
Hot
filler.
Toys, I give it to them. They did their thing on this one. They really did.
Yeah, no, this is as a collectible piece. This is the truth. Like, I don't know if maybe I'll wait until it's in stock, see somebody do a review, make me want it, and then buy it. But yeah, this is just the tailoring, the face, the rolling eyes, like everything's there. I'm not a fan of Jedi Sabine Wren, but as a toy, a collectible, just a Mando with a lightsaber is objectively cool to me.
Look, like you said, great looking figure. Character in the show is kind of like questionable.
At best, I just definitely would not want chick watching my six, but at the same time, like, no, I remember like I seen the post for this. I'm like, yo, how do you make the one of the most worst characters like really just? How do you give her the glow up in this toy, bro? Like,
Man, it's just one of those things. Like, let me think.
It's tough out here in these galaxies.
Yes,
And also, Galactus was over 30,000 units. Looks like he is winning. Oh wow,
yeah,
Big G, Big G.
Galactus is
got
number
one?
one, but I believe the Ghost is number two. They're like at 20. It was like 27,000 or something. I could be wrong.
Yo, I could see Big Galactus out here crip walking today. He's like, yeah, I'm number one. Big G out here, number one, y'all.
You Big G.
They call
Yeah,
him
but
Big
man,
G.
this is a great piece. I personally don't like this interpretation, or at least maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll do some like crazy redemption arc for her. But as of right now, not sold on this Sabine. As a collectible, though, it's a great piece.
now my thing is, and I've heard this from somebody. Maybe you might know, Johnny, because you actually have a few Sideshow and Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm.
But does Hot Toys, do they actually put more money into like their Star Wars projects, or
I don't. I've only been in the Hot Toys boat for maybe a couple weeks now, so I wouldn't know. But
all eyes?
maybe no. I had the sideshow. I had the sideshow stuff, but sideshow and Hot Toys are like completely different sides of the spectrum. Sideshow is like your great value, and Hot Toys is like that premium caviar. I've only been getting the caviar for maybe a week or two now, but I don't know. All the Star Wars stuff I've seen, they've been legit. So as far as I think it's less so IP than like certain characters get more love. I think like every Hot Toys Iron Man, that face sculpt is going to be a 10 out of 10. Spider-Man's 10 out of 10. You know, you start going down the roster of less A-lists, then you start getting more questionable results. That's just what I've noticed. I haven't been, keeping an eye, ear to the street. So maybe I'm wrong, but that's just what I've noticed. What were you flexing there, Dante? Was that an amazing Spider-Man?
No, it was the classic suit Spider-Man from the game, from the Spider-Man game.
Hey, tell me this. Does that
Has it
suit?
ripped yet?
Yeah.
Was that?
No, I was asking, has it ripped yet?
No, because I keep it in one position. I don't be posing around.
See, that's the thing, man. I've wanted a good 1/6 Spider-Man for forever, and I think the only one that's not made of that like pleather rubbery stuff is like the I believe the Homecoming Spider-Man. He has like a textured suit, so you can actually pose him up. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from like forever ago, which is like mad stupid expensive right now, or at least back then it was.
I'll say this. I'll preface it. If Sideshow, because we know Spider-Man 2 is coming out, if Sideshow does a superior Spider-Man, I'm all in on that.
Even with the leather, even with the pleathers?
I don't care.
No, I'm with Dante on that one too. I'm with Dante on that one too. Like I'll fork over the money for that one. I would.
Exactly. It's superior Spider-Man. I'm down for that because I love that suit. I love the claws. I like the darker blue on it. I love the bigger eyepiece eye lenses on it. Yo, I'm down.
I like that. I just love the story. Honestly, I mean, Pete's cool. Everybody's always gonna love Pete, but I do feel like Superior Spider-Man was actually legitimately a superior
Otto
Spider-Man.
was getting shit done, bro. Otto was not playing around, fam. Like,
I mean, apart from like the police state stuff where he had the drones watching people and stuff like that, like he was kind of like low key doing a little too much. But as far as like just an efficient Spider-Man, like he had that shit down pat.
Yeah.
So you're not down for Spider-Man enforcing curfew and whatnot? This is just not your bag.
No, sir. Spider drones walking around outside your bedroom, hanging outside windows, watching everybody do literally everything. Bro probably recorded people for like misdemeanors and shit like like not the stuff that mattered. He was just on it. Like, no. Doing too much, man.
Now see, this is what I don't get. Like, Hot Toys went in on this figure, but when it comes to like the Ahsoka, I feel like the scope is lacking, bro. Hardcore.
Like zoom in on her face or something. Slide the one that's on closer to her face. Yes, it's a little on the generic side.
I don't know. I feel like it's more like a comic book than the TV.
Yeah,
than a TV
it's
show.
like.
I mean, that's cool, but it's just like they don't like. You would think like Rosario Dawson, like Hot Toys, would actually like do her face sculpt versus like the side character, which they actually did like a very good representation of. Like,
I think it might be that they already did her once, and they're like, "Hey, good enough." Nobody really bitched. Well, I don't know. Maybe they did, but nobody really bitched about it. So they're just gonna reuse that asset, and not put in the work to getting Rosario to sit down under another scanning tool and whatever the process is. They're just like, "Hey,
yeah,
it's good the first time. We're gonna do it again."
and we're gonna get into a second. Like, not to spoil anything, but due to like her look at the end of this last episode, you could tell that Hot Toys is gonna do another. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely coming.
oh, yeah.
No question.
Yeah. Luke be a Jedi tonight. Luke be a Jedi tonight. Yada yada Yoda and this. You never seen an episode of The Simpsons?
I'm a very hardcore Simpsons casual. We were already on the Family Guy for me.
There was an episode where it was Luke Skywalker and Homer was his bodyguard, and then Luke got caught up in some musical, and he's like, he had to go out and start singing. He's like, "Luke be a Jedi tonight."
All right. You have to just send me a link for reference.
I can't remember which episode. If you ask me what episode it was, I can't remember. I just remember.
I always feel terrible when someone brings up a Simpsons reference, and I have to show that I'm not a kid, but people feel like you're a kid because you weren't there for all 30 seasons of that shit.
That's fine.
I'm gonna try though. Maybe I'll start weaving it into my Disney Plus rotation.
Oh, I watch. It's always in my Disney Plus rotation. That's why I just keep on for background noise.
It's Zersky.
KJ, 2 times I've seen KJ this yesterday, last night, and today. 2 times.
Been pimping since been pimping. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
All right, Aquaman wave, fire, but I'm trying to stay away from Todd. But Nick sent me some pics and just had me thinking like what are you going to do when you're in retail and you just see Todd's figures clouding up the shelves?
No,
yeah.
I feel like
it's your duty to make this
I'm getting this wave. I'm getting this wave. This wave looks good, bro. It really does. Even the goddamn seahorse. Like I seen a bunch of people on Infinity Equation saying like, oh, they're waiting for Mofex to make a Aquaman so they could put him with the seahorse. That's an even more doper idea. Shout out to everybody who was throwing that out there because you all should have kept that to yourselves, but not anymore. I got a hold of that, so this wave, I'm looking very looking forward to it. I really am.
If you put a Mafex on this Mcfarlane rider vehicle, whatever, it's gonna look like a kid riding a seahorse. The scale is just gonna be, or that's what I'm picturing maybe, because
somebody said last night.
No, honestly, like
scale.
Like usually, I don't have it on me, but like this Batmobile and then the Tom McFarlane Bat bike. I put the Mafex, what is it, the Hush Batman in those, and they look just fine. So I don't think it's gonna be that big because I mean the figure's already like what 7 inches, and it still looks
Yeah.
tiny compared to the Seahorse. So I mean that was a given from the get go.
Well, like I said last night, a lot of people were like talking about. I've seen in the Cabal group, like they were talking about putting some Mythic Legions on this. So I mean, you got those. You got Mythic Legions, and yeah, thank you, Cage. Yeah, Cage just said Baron Benz, and Nemo. I forgot. Yeah, he did say that last night too.
Not a movie that I care enough to get figures of, but they look decent for what they are.
It's all right, Mirage. I don't blame you.
To be honest with you, I don't think the horse is articulated. It might have like a swivel here and there, but I don't think nothing is really moving like that.
Mm-mm. Be a Jedi tonight. Baron Benz is here and he's gonna stash you. Be a Jedi tonight.
Yeah, the stuff looks dope. I don't know. Who knows what'll happen when it's just me alone up at 3 a.m. doing ACBA type stuff, and you just see it there for like maybe $7 online at GameStop or something. Who knows?
Now, to be honest with you, like I'm happy Black Manta is coming back in this movie, but the dude who played him, I'm not convinced by him. I'm really not.
Really? I liked him.
He's not. He's really not a good actor to me, bro. Like he just comes off corny in certain aspects of it. Like I understand the comic book movie, but you would think like Black Manta, like okay, this is the one serious dude in this story, and it's just like that dude just didn't bring it to me. Like,
did you like Bro and Tenet? Tenet, the time traveling.
No, it wasn't. That was Denzel Washington's son. The dude who plays Black Manta is a whole different dude. He's the dude who played
the Candyman, the new Candyman,
and Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen show.
Yep,
that's it. That's yeah. Bro's okay. He's just a very low emotion type guy. Not very expressive. At least in everything I've seen him in, he's been real low key and neutral type dude. You know what? Todd's gonna sell this again with the unmasked head. That's almost guaranteed.
Now, see, here's what you can do. This is an idea. You could easily take the Jon Stewart Green Lantern head and put that on this body as well, because everybody does it with the Spawn. But I feel like that Jon Stewart head, that's pretty good head scope as far as McFarlane figures go.
Nah, fam, we can't co-sign the "we all look alike." we gotta hold the line better than that, man.
He looks like he's on Team Rocket about to blast off.
Well, I mean, for the people who don't have like each and one of those figures and using that same head sculpt to put on like multiple black characters, for somebody like me, it would work. But like Johnny said, if you just going around putting the same head sculpt on like multiple bodies, there's something wrong.
I do that all day. What's wrong with me doing it?
When can you make it out here?
All these black dudes look alike. I'm just gonna put this head on everybody. Look, Blue Marvel look like every black dude I know out there. It'll be alright.
So
He's be a Blue Marvel tonight. Yo, I don't know why that man needs like a stealth suit. Like, why does everybody they say they like, hey, they need a stealth suit? Let's give them a stealth suit. Come on, stealth it out.
Because, man, it's low-key Tom McFarlane really trying to revive the Snyderverse. And remember how everybody had a black suit in that one? Like,
so generic.
As Principal Skinner said, pathetic.
I mean, if you think about it, it's in Todd's best interest for the Snyderverse to continue because those costumes don't hardly change. You can keep reusing those molds.
Trash.
No, see, this figure, like, I feel as if like you could use this. You don't even have to use this for Aquaman stuff. You could use this for like if you want to do like your Dark Souls stuff, your Elden Ring stuff. You could even use this as a character when you have like when the what is it, the guts, the black suit, when that SHF comes out, you can use this character for that. Like, I feel as if like, aside from it being in the Aquaman movie, there's like multiple uses you could use with this figure.
Oh no, definitely Dark Souls. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
That's-
Again, another one. Mythic Legions people were talking about using.
Yeah. If I was gonna go for Mythic Legions, I'd get 2 of them and have them like posted as like guards or something. And I mean, we're talking Todd here, so this will probably be less than $15. Maybe a month or so after release. So it's almost a no-brainer.
Same thing with these ones too. Like I'm pretty sure like Mythic Legion people probably have been eyeing this wave hardcore ever since it's like been announced and stuff like that, because it's like the few figures that come with it, you could use it for so much other stuff.
Sculpt is definitely a priority if you're a Legions collector. You give them a little sculpt, they gonna lose their minds.
I forgot with that seahorse too. Some folks were saying Salvage Crucible you can use them with as well.
Wait, what'd you say about the seahorse?
Folks were saying that you can probably use them with Salvage Crucible as well. The Salvage Crucible line.
I can see that.
Like I see Savage Crucible, Mythic Legions. Hell, even if you have like a Hellboy figure laying around or something like that, you could possibly pull something off with this one.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that is very true.
Like, I give it to Todd. Like his action figures sometimes come off as generic, but when he comes out with a monster, like he puts his foot in that figure. Like he really does.
That's the only time he does it.
Man, if there's one thing I'm disappointed on Todd, is that he never went ham with the Doom license. He could have gave us like so many badass demons for, like the Figma joint we got. If he had given us a bunch of demons, we would have had it made.
No, to my knowledge, I don't think he's done with that license. Like I still think he's still coming out with stuff for Doom. It's just his whole priority is just Batman. That's all it is. Because he never said he was done with Doom. Like, and I remember like a few months back, either he had mentioned about it on a live stream or somebody asked about it, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm not done with Doom. Like, I still got more stuff in the pipeline. It's just you could tell where exactly like his priorities lay at. Batman, of course. So."
Yeah, any day now. I just feel like low key. I thought maybe he's waiting for like a third game, just for the hype and relevancy to pick up again. But as far as like collectors go, like we've been wanting him to get back with that.
Like I said, the King Kordrax, the Fishman, and the Seahorse for sure. Those are like the 3s that I do want from this wave. I can't see me buying an actual Aquaman, movie wise, because I don't really care too much for the movie figures. But if I'm pretty sure some import, or if I could even track down like a regular like Mcfarlane Aquaman, I'm pretty sure I would replace that with the Seahorse. But like how Dante mentioned, how the Mythic Legion people are already been eyeing that, for those reasons. It's just like I said, this wave is not bad. If you want to use it outside of Aquaman, it's really not bad.
Aquaman. That old church music.
Well, Nick, if I see them out, I'll only be charging a 40% markup for those McFarlane figures if I find them first. Cost to be the boss, baby.
Yo, those things sold out super quick.
What is that? Oh, the Joe stuff.
Yo,
and
yeah, these went quick.
I'm good on these specific flavor Joe variants. Like I brought them because
Oh, same
I
here.
got a bunch of food, but seeking them out, no, never.
Yeah, I'm not. These I don't need Cobra Island, whatever it is. These are. I got
Python
the regulars.
Patrol,
I'm good.
yeah,
Cobra
yeah.
Island.
That's
Cobra.
what I told myself too. Like as far as variations, I'll just stick with the core guys. If there's a variation team that I will get, it'll be the Night Force because those guys have like versatility. The colors are more or less blacked out. You can use that with those figures with a lot of things. But these little like gaudy mustard and ketchup colors ain't it. Not or they ain't for me. If they make you happy though, by all means, enjoy that.
The colors might be off-putting, but I feel as if like when you again collect a bunch of these and you got all of them in hand and you're doing like fun weird shit with them. By that point in time, it's like you kind of like you're over the colors at that point. Now,
Yeah,
if you do have them, like I feel like there's certain people who are completionists, so they got to have 10 of these kind of soldiers and 10 of these kind of soldiers, whatever the case may
yep,
be. But I feel as if like if you're somebody like me who will see like 4 of these out in the open, then you're probably gonna pass on them because it's just like, all right, like I want something a little bit more quieter, not something so loud.
yeah. I mean, tactically, it makes absolutely no sense. But as far as like you said, just seeing them in numbers in displays, it's not the worst thing. For me, it's like when I sold off my I don't know if it was Tiger Force or Python Patrol, but I had a good deal of them. I sold them all, but when I had them in hand and like I posed them up and set them all out, it looked cool, but I had to say no somewhere, so I decided to let them go. But if I was only collecting Joes, I would have kept them because like in numbers they do look good. It's just a space issue for me. That's why I'm trying to get rid of so much.
Now, see, some of these, if I were to see like 5 of these in public, I would definitely get them because I already learned my lesson on that one the last time. Like something that happened, I seen like I forgot which ones they were, and it was like Cobra Troopers or something like that. I seen 4 of them out in the store, and I'm like, oh, I should totally get these to use for whatever. But I'm like, oh, because of these colors, I'm like, yeah, I don't really want these. Like, and I remember just moving along or whatever. So I'm just like, I think that's one of those where, to me personally, that's like one thing that's a deciding factor if I'm going to get something for like army building purposes, because it's no way in hell, bro. I'm getting taken out by somebody in these loud ass colors. Not me. Like,
See them coming a mile away.
seriously, like, but I like aside from that though, it's just like okay, out of all 3 of these, this one appealed to me the most.
Oh, let me see. Yeah. Well, hold on. Yeah, I mean, this guy is kind of understated. He's not the most obnoxious of those variants. I won't say I'll go. Yeah, this guy, he's like stuff like this too much for me.
No,
But
seriously, like I'm kind of expecting like Hasbro to put like flippers on him, like just to really give it that true GI Joe feel to it. Like,
bro is dressed out here like a highlighter. Like, come on, man, what you doing?
That ain't me. That ain't for me. Trouble bubble and different color bubbles.
Ugh.
now
So
see this
so
though.
I'm salty that I didn't make sure I had my payment situation together for the original Trouble Bubbles because I just figured they'd bring them back. This just
PayPal, sir.
yeah
PayPal.
this just triggered me for my little fuck up. Not bad. Shit, Dante, did you actually pull the trigger on Desert Snake Eyes?
No.
Would you if he was cheap?
No.
Yeah, I I want to say no, but if it's cheap enough, I'll buy almost any Joe because the sculpt potential is just accessories are just so great.
I already have 3 Snake Eyes. I don't need a third one. I don't need a fourth one.
So there's no other Snake Eyes you would pull the trigger on.
If it was a classic Snake Eyes, like the TV classic Snake Eyes, maybe, but not none of these other ones. No.
Yeah, he snaked the fuck out. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty good on Snake Eyes too, and I'm a Joe casual, so I don't even know what I probably would want because I haven't read the books either. Sadly.
Well, shout out to Herb because, like, honestly, I like this idea he did. Like, put that cannonball effect to like perfect use.
Oh yeah. Shit, you can probably get Cannonball pretty cheap, I would think, since
Ollie's.
Yeah, Ollie's. I want to know how many of these did Herb actually get, or did he stay responsible and just get like maybe 1 or 2? Because I was thinking like 6, and for whatever reason, I didn't lock in the pre-order. I just told myself they'd be around, like almost most everything is, but no, got caught lacking out here.
I have to hit him up next time, but yeah, that's for anybody who possibly knows somebody who lives next to an Ollie's. Make sure you get that Ollie's Connect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but Ollie's down here in H-Town is trash. Like, Ivan said he's gone, and it's been mostly Legends peg warmers, series stuff that nobody wants. I don't know if maybe there's somebody that's just plugged in and checking in at opening, or maybe somebody that works there that knows what's up, but we don't get none of that good stuff over here.
Mirage said, I would like one more Snake Eyes, to be honest. Mine has the infamous Pasta App Crunch issue.
Shame.
Wait, what's he talking about? I don't own Snake Eyes. I only have like one Joe figure. That's it.
Pastab. I think he's talking about like the loose torsos that some of the, I think version 1, like the one that everybody was after in wave 1, that you'll get another chance at a Snake Eyes. Believe that.
Exactly.
Dante, you over there playing with that Magneto with that annoying ass cape?
Yo, this cape is awesome.
That cape is not.
Doesn't bother me. I have fun with it. Get it any way I want to.
Is that the Mafex or the
Nah, it's Mayfix. Gotta keep with the Mayf.
I don't know, man. I've been kind of feeling Mafex has gotten a little overrated, honestly. Like, sure, they're doing the best, but for the price difference, I feel like I'm good. Like, I don't know. I don't need Magneto doing the splits and being crazy. Like, if there's a truly superior Marvel Legends version, I might be good with that on Mafex.
Look, I need him going like this when he's in Marvel's Capcom. Like, sir, I need him to get the high split. That's what he did in the game. That's what he's going to do here, sir. So I'm just letting you know. When he kicks up, he does a high kick. Legs up. Float out. Actually, you know what? I forgot. It is Batman Day. I don't know why I'm sitting here playing Magnus. Should be playing with Batman.
This figure, like, these figures are cool. I'm not too, keen on the hyper fixated armor look, but because they're made by like Sentinel 1000 toys, like, no, the articulation is there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is. It's not one die. I'm waiting for my Hasbro Deadpool, and I'm good with that one.
Oh, the Pulse exclusive, whatever, with the lightsabers and Bob.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that too. Like, I know it's impatient, but after I've paid my money, I have like a 7-day, maybe 10-day timer, and after that, I start getting like hot. Like, man, what are y'all doing? Where's my shit? I mean, between him and like, there's some other Pulse exclusive. Chuckles. Chuckles hasn't shipped either. Like, come on now, y'all collected the money, y'all crowdsourcing all this stuff, all these resources, and can't keep it together.
It did say that the 2-pack is October 1st, supposedly, and then Chuckles is November.
Okay, that's on me. That's on me. That's on me for just throwing my money to consume and not even paying attention to the details.
Does it make you feel better, Nick?
Oh yes.
It's Batman.
Oh yeah, it's Batman Day.
Well, Batman, a ridiculous long cape. Yeah, it does.
That's the Sending Night, right?
I think so. I don't know. My buddy got it for real cheap for me. He grabbed it at his local comic store that he was at. And I mean, when I say cheap, it was like really cheap.
So, gentlemen, are we putting William Dafoe in the cart? Yes or no?
100%.
I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
doing
you
movie
wait.
figures.
You waiting on no movies?
I'm a scientist myself.
Nah. I don't. You know, I don't do MCU figures like that. Like, unless they fit into my collection, where I'm like, okay. Like, if I was doing so it's Everett Ross. He fits in there. He's cool. I don't need another Green Goblin. I don't need a movie version of Green Goblin. I got enough Green Goblins. And don't get me wrong, I like Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, but I want my do-rag Green Goblin. I want him with the waves. He's got to have
Keep that
the
boy
waves.
spinning.
Exactly. That's the one that gave Peter Parker so much trouble. He's like, yo, them waves. It wasn't just him and the Green Goblin suit. He's like, yo, Norman, how'd you get your waves so like that? He's like, I be hanging out with the black folks.
Hey, Pete got his hair twisted up, like got locked up when he went to Wakanda. I don't know if y'all seen that panel.
Yeah, I know. I know what you talking about. Yeah.
If I could ACBA that shit, I would. If I had the resources to pull it off. Maybe I will. I'll have to think about how to do that. Hit up.
I think, honestly, huh? Nah, and you know what, Mirage? I'm kind of glad you said that too, because I think people, I mean, me personally, like I would only get this for the William Dafoe head sculpt and the Green Goblin mask. Like the actual.
You cut out there, Nick. I can't hear you.
No. I was saying like pretty much like I agree with Mirage. Like pretty much, he's saying it comes with the helmet at least, so it's worth it. So I'm saying like. Me, honestly, like I would get this figure for the William Dafoe head sculpt and the Green Goblin mask as well, too, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I kind of maybe if they repack whenever they inevitably repack this sculpt again, I would kind of like the broken helmet because if you remember in the movie, he like gets transported to I guess 616 MCU. And he like takes the helmet. I guess he has like a mental dissociation moment or something. And he like smashes his little helmet in, and it's like split in half. And it kind of creates like a Spider-Man No More sort of shot. I would like that broken helmet. Just seems like a badass prop. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Attack the hearts, Norman. The hearts.
Yo, if we get like a collection of all his little busts or African masks or whatever he had going on, that would be a dope setup too.
Yo, I'm getting this.
So it's unanimously decided. We are putting this one in the cart for sure.
100%.
Like I said, man, you get the what was it, the whatever figure, like the King whatever figure from like the Aquaman. You could definitely pit something like that against like Guts.
Batman versus Guts. Come on, Guts. Batman hooked up on Venom.
Is this just supposed to be like? I mean, well, it's probably just Bandai just doing Bandai stuff. I'm assuming the eye's not going to light up for nothing. It might just be colored like super red, but
yeah, they might be. It was probably colored red.
And then Bandai doing Bandai stuff again. Like let's not give these kids swappable parts. Let's just make them buy a whole brand new figure.
Exactly. You knew that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, of course. Mirage said the movie didn't have him wear the helmet on for like most of the movie, which I didn't really like. So I'm glad that the figure gave that option. Oh, it's Norman Osborn. That's true, but honestly, when it comes to MCU stuff, I'm not expecting anybody to wear a mask when it comes to those kind of movies.
Mask.
And then also the guts is a must buy. Bye Figma. Like I think everybody's about to start doing their what is it? Their Dallas James trick shots. Throwing all their stuff away now at this point. Brief intermission while everybody goes take care of what they need to go take care of right quick. My man alone now. Dante Plastic is just no, not even. Like Dante said he had to go take care of something, and Johnny, I believe, is at work. So he's doing like work stuff while we're also doing this stream. So it's just like, yeah, I'm just over here just showing random figures, but since we're gonna do it like that, like I said, Bandai just released like 3 proto pictures of figures that are getting ready to come out with. So the law one from One Piece, I know everybody's excited for this one, even though there's like not a lot of people that watch One Piece. This character in general like is a fan favorite, so that was like a must. That I believe that Bandai wanted to do now at this point, since they're trying to, since One Piece is really coming in strong now. Then of course you have like this Guts one, which like everybody's gonna dump their Figma, of course, and get this. So that's
Can
like
I get a 6-piece?
Ooh, what do you mean?
Oh, you said 1-piece. I thought we were ordering chicken. Can I get a 6-piece?
No, I was thinking about getting 2-piece, bro. No biscuit. So, nope. Then, but yeah, man. Like, speaking of which, shout out to Netflix for making a bang up adaptation of something that I've never seen Cowboy Bebop, so I don't know how that one went necessarily. But as far as like this One Piece show, like no, I give it to them. They actually, somebody in the studio or in the boardroom was just like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We have a blueprint of how to make this show. Let's just follow it.
There you go. Yeah,
Even so,
clues.
even so much so they even got greenlit for season 2. So I'm like, all right, well respected on that one.
Blues Clues.
But my thing is like, okay, with the writer and actor strike going on, how are people even able to get like greenlit for another season? I thought like if we're all in this together, I would figure that somebody who would handle that one would be outside picketing as well or something like that.
Or are they American actors now? If they're Japanese actors, or like from not in the state actors, then yeah, you can get away with doing that.
But I mean, even if the show is like, not well, I wouldn't say American based show, but even if it's like I guess American based because of who it's under, like they still had to be like they'll still be like, okay, we're gonna give these guys like a season 2 or something like that. They'll still do that.
So. I'm assuming. I would think so. I would think they would still do that. I mean, to undercut it, to be like, look, you all on strike? Cool. We got some people overseas who can just go ahead and do the work for me. See? Yeah. Mirage says, yeah. Zoro's actors is Japanese. So if they're like, so technically, if they are Japanese workers or actors, then they're not under like the American. I would assume they're not under the SAG rules for doing work. Yeah, snow job. Snow job, here to kill everybody. It's a heck of a job, but it's snowy out there. You're muted, Nick. Oh, you know? Okay, just making sure.
No. I mean, I was muted for sure, but I was trying to find like more detailed pictures of a figure right quick.
Snow job takes the lead.
The dark side to go.
It's nice. I'm waiting on my snow job too.
Yeah.
Well, it's en route, so I'm told. Just let me check.
It's not bad. It's not a bad figure.
Are you gonna army build Arctic bats to go with them?
No. No. I got 3 of the wolf characters with like the wolf heads, the snow gear. Yeah, those look badass. I was like, yo, I gotta have those.
Is this the one piece?
No, it's Nick said it was 6-piece because you get a biscuit and drink with it too.
All right.
Can't forget about that side.
All right, then, Nick. I'm a one piece casual, so you're gonna have to just hold my hand through this shit.
Oh, it's just a captain of another pirate. Like one of the like he plays an important role, but at the same time, it's just like one of the friends we made along the way kind of dude, bro. But I know like this character is like a fan favorite to like most people. I don't really see the hype, but
I mean, hadn't the line reached a point where they had stopped making One Piece stuff until recently? So he
kind of. It's like the last arc or the current arc that they're on now is like a big ass fucking arc. So it's like this arc has been going on for a while now.
Okay.
But no, I was telling a friend of me and Dante the other night. I was saying like the two last fight scenes or the 2 major fights from like this last arc that were animated. That there were like a friend of mine had told me that there were like 30 different animators, and some of those animators that help animate those scenes were like even from like Disney and shit like that.
We were talking about the fight scene where Luffy has like the white stuff. Yeah, I've seen clips of it around. I haven't watched it because I just don't, not invested. But I mean, it makes sense. They gotta start outsourcing this stuff to other people. You can't just work those like little Japanese interns into the ground, making them work like 18 hours a day and shit.
Seriously, because
you don't think so? They will.
What's the one company that does like almost all the animes now? Like, is it Mappa or something like that?
I think so.
I think that's the one company that they have everybody doing, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but considering the fact that this company is outsourced to doing like Attack on Titan, guess what? So many other animes get bypassed because their main focus is on Attack on Titan, and we're not going to see that till like 4 years down the road and shit. Like, How many times have we seen Attack on Titan the final season? How many times have we seen that already? So, and that's only because they only have this group of people animating this one anime when it's just like, you know, there's so many other, I guess, products that people want to be made. But so I'm just like, I agree with you. At this point, you don't have to outsource everybody like outside of like, you know, your country or state or whatever. But I wouldn't rely on the one company to do like all these anime when they already like their work pile is already getting backed up as it is.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, the Disney people, the VFX people, they saying they overworked. You want to talk about overworked? A Japanese anime team, they getting worked for real. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. What is this? Mm-hmm. Well, this guy looks cool. My anime casual ass would probably use him as like an extra in like a Cowboy Bebop shot because something I've watched all the time is Cowboy Bebop.
No, that's honestly the dope thing about a majority of these figures. Like, you can't really just use them as casuals. Like,
yeah, I mean, as long as you have a decent head swap, can't have an iconic face just kind of sitting back there unless they're really out of focus.
Like Victor said, and Mappa is gonna work on One Punch Man season 3 and Jujutsu Kaisen right now. But that's the thing, though. It's just like they had to outsource One Punch season 2 to a whole totally different company or whatever, because again, Mappa's already backed up with doing like a whole bunch of other stuff. And Mirage, you say Attack on Titan is totally irrelevant, but I mean, 4 years down the road, we're gonna be watching another season dubbed yet again Attack on Titan, the final season. So it's always irrelevant till it's always like the last season, which is like that happens like all the time now at this point. Like,
that's why I like Baki. They're like, hey, it's just Baki Hana, Ogre. Just give it a different name. They're like, look, it's not the last season. We're just gonna give it a different name. Oh, you like some more Biscuit Oliver? Guess what? He's not gonna be in the next season for a hot minute. No biscuits for you.
and then the final nail in the coffin that I'm trying to go to is I'm trying to find out, where do I need to go to exactly to find out or any kind of information about the last, because today is like the last day as far as the Cosmic Legion's like, not, I don't want to say Kickstarter. What is it? What's going on right now, Johnny?
It's just a pre-order.
Yeah, pre-order wave.
Yeah.
But basically, if you don't lock them in at the $35, maybe $40 figure price now, you'll go to BBTS, and those $35 figures are going to be $50, and the ones that are over $35 are going to be an additional $15 or $20 more.
Unless you live on the East Coast and go to all the cons that Legion, that Mythically Horsemen are at, then you get them at the regular rate. Sometimes a little bit cheaper.
Did not know that. I'll have to add that to, like, you know, I always wanted to go to like less NYCC, more SDCC, but make it out there. But I had to add Legion's Con to one of those stops.
I would say do Legion's Con. Legion's Con is where they'll have everything, and they truck it in. They just keep trucking it in. Legion's Con it's where it's at.
Yeah, I know. Who do I know that would be there? CJ would be there, of course. What's it? Corn Boy. I'm trying to remember everybody in the Legion's community. But basically, all those people make it out there every year, so it'd be cool to see some of those people in person.
Yeah, this year it'll be a ton of us this year.
And Dante, I guess.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. After I went last year, I was hooked. And then now they got Cosmic Legions. Now I'm really hooked. Oh,
yeah. You know what? The craziest thing about purchasing these is because they use the Crashbox Customs dioramas with that stuff. Mm-hmm. It always has me feeling like to get these, you have to purchase those sci-fi dials he offers.
Yeah, he
Like
does. He makes.
the crazy like the $700 space set. I've been
Mhm.
scheming on pulling the trigger on that for a couple months now. Just been,
Yeah,
you know,
Chris does make some great dials because I always see him because he lives out here too, so I always see him.
and this wave though didn't grip me as hard as the first one. I don't know what it is. I guess it's because like the one that you're looking at, Nick, it feels like they use that body for like three figures of this wave. They have unique heads, but that body is exactly the same. And I don't know, it's just not doesn't feel like there's enough variety. It kind of feels like this is like a supporting wave to basically all the other ones that came before.
Yeah, I like this wave because they do give you like first time in a while like they gave you accessories with this wave.
Mm-hmm.
I like the troop like the space troopers. I forget what they're actually called, but they look good. Like the first wave, I'm probably so at least it's kind of probably get some more engineers because they just look good as like army builders.
Yeah,
Um,
those are the white ones, right? The
no,
white.
they're the black one. They're black and red ones. Like the black, they're all black and they have like the red piece in the middle.
Oh, the ones that are kind of sort of on the female body, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got two of them. I guess I told myself that I could stop at two with those guys, so I got two. But the white ones, they feel like they're the most generic GI unit,
They are.
basic infantry type guys. I just having
Yeah.
$50 a piece is tough to lock in a bunch of those guys at this
You
point.
know what I'm surprised Four Horsemen have not touched on? And this character right here reminds me so much of these video games. Abe's Odyssey.
Man.
You say that, but what am I looking at right here? Somebody who just probably would get washed up within the first 5 seconds of a sci-fi movie. Stop it, Dante.
You know what? I hate Abe's Odyssey. I hate that game. I hate that character. That's why. I think that was the dumbest game that they could have ever made. I'm like, this character can't do crap. All he's doing is trying to save his people with no weapons. Like, dude, come on. Come on. If I want to do this, why don't you remake Echo the Dolphin, okay? Get some sonar, do something.
No, that's what I'm looking at right here. Somebody who cannot save his people. Like, he about to get hemmed up and he over here waving high, dude. Like,
Bro
He has
looks
more
like
chance than Abe's Odyssey.
a Jar Jar type, little goofy, like silly, save the villagers type motherfucker.
thank you, Vic. I know I am, bro. I know I
No,
am.
Vic, stop it. Stop it, Vic. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Because
Give
this
me
dude,
my flowers, man.
Abe would be running. He'd be like, and the man's mouth is sewed up. So what's he gonna do? Yeah, okay. See, got real quiet on that one, huh? Abe's Odyssey, man, you out here.
Yo, Abe has psychic powers. My man right here got a stick. I think I'm gonna slide with the first one on that one. Like,
And what do you do with them psychic powers? Not a dang blessed thing.
yeah, dude. What do you mean? You make aliens just do all weird shit throughout the whole entire game. That was the whole point of the game. Like,
No, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
nah, that's what we need to do. That's I'm gonna make sure, you know it. Just to make things more interesting, I'm gonna be like 796. I need you to ask somebody at Four Horsemen or Studios, like, when we coming out with Abe Odyssey, like.
Yo, I definitely want a couple of these guys. I'm gonna think about it right up until the last minute when the order closes. But these remind me a lot of I don't know if y'all remember the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like design wise, this looks like just ripped straight out of that sort of aesthetic. I wanted to pull a trigger on like 7 of these, but at the same time, I told myself they're gonna reuse this mold and sell them in different colors, so maybe 3 to 5. But gotta see how the money's flowing by the time when those orders close, get ready to close.
Dante, Vic said, Dante, have you ever played Undertale?
Nope. Not my kind of game.
Wait, what is it?
It's I don't know how to explain it. I know of it, but I don't really know how to best explain it. But it's not my kind of game. I can tell you that right now. It's not me.
I like how he says it's not his kind of game, but it's just like secretly deep down inside, like he could really explain the whole entire synopsis to us. Like, yo, you sure you haven't played this game, Dante? Like,
I've only seen people play it. I never played it myself.
Got that love-hate relationship.
It's just not a game. It's one of those like indie games that it's like people get hyped about, and it's just not my kind of hype train.
Hey, we only got so much time. It's not COVID anymore.
Exactly. I mean, I play Call of Duty. I play the Turtles. Now I'm playing Starfield right now. Got Zelda on deck. Spider-Man. I'm going to be streaming that when that comes out. So I got things to do. I ain't
Not
got
gonna
time
lie,
to tell myself.
Starfield had just from outside looking in. Starfield looks boring. I know, like you gotta go play 25 hours or something to get like into it, but it just looks. I don't know. Doesn't look something I could invest a bunch of time in and not get bored.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't get bored. There's some fun things to do around. You don't have to do the main story. Like I just go around doing stuff. I mean, like I only did one mission of the main story, and that was it.
Or are you doing like a completely rogue, kind of mercenary type thing, or just like a straight up a-hole, just
Just
hitting licks
go around
everywhere?
doing whatever.
That's it.
Yo, my companion, she liked the ideas I be doing. I'm like, yo, they're like, I'll be like, come and test me. She'll be like, oh yeah, this sounds like fun. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Companion who's down to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Be space Trevor Phillips or GTA.
Exactly.
Psychopath.
Exactly. Assassin's Creed. Come on now. I'm sorry, Nick. Before you go on, come on now, Mirage. Assassin's Creed's been done to the ground. Ain't no way anybody could be still excited for Assassin's Creed game. What you're doing the same thing. You're putting on the animus. You're going back in time your bloodline and say, hey, well, you know what? I'm in Egypt now. This looks like fun. Give me my Lazarus 6 sandals on, and I'm about to go stab some people. Let me get that Pharaoh out of the way so my people can let go. No, come on now. Let's be real.
No, the biggest L with the Assassin's Creed stuff for me is the leveling system. Like it's supposed to be an open world, right? But if you bump into the wrong,
no. I think he was talking about Armored Core 6, not Assassin's Creed. Like,
oh, Armored Core 6. Oh, okay. Oh, the fires of Jeep Rubicon. Yeah, I heard that's good.
Yeah, that looks fun. Hold on.
So you almost, man, you almost had me upset.
yeah, that's all. I was just like, I haven't heard nobody talk about Assassin's Creed in a minute. Like, he's like, yeah. Plus, I don't like. He's like, plus, I don't like Assassin's Creed. Like,
all right, we're good then. We're good.
That's like that Deadpool moment. Like, oh yeah, shut up, or I'm gonna kill your cat. Like, I don't have a cat.
It's cool.
It's like the whose kitty litter box did I take a shit at? Like,
oh, there we go.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh hysterically. It's this face coat right here. For some reason, this one had me tickled, bro. I don't know what it was. It was just like I can just imagine like somebody just doing a picture of just this alien throwing his bone down and just making a mean face. Like,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, this definitely is ACBA potential 1K material with the right joke.
It is, man. This face is perfect, dude. It is.
Can see so many.
Tell Trevor that.
Wait, why not?
That. No, I said go ahead and tell 162 that. No, tell him that, and he'll do it.
He might. Yeah, yeah. Just tell him to cook something up the boys will like. Post it in ACBA. The casual crowd. Everybody loves a good well told dirty joke.
So you're saying basically this figure or these figures or whatever, you have till the end of tonight or tomorrow night to lock it in. Otherwise, you're gonna have to pay probably twice as much for them.
Well, more like 30 or 40% more.
Yeah, yes, so jack up the price.
I don't know. Dante, is it tonight or tomorrow? I can't remember.
I think it's tonight.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got work to do. We'll have decisions to make. Basically, when it comes down to wire like this, I just look which of these figures would I be okay paying $50 for down the road if I don't have the money today, and the ones that I wouldn't totally not feel good paying $50 for, those are the ones that I back. And then if you feel like buying Green Dude over there for $50 plus shipping is all right, you can chill on those.
I'm telling you, just find a friend that can pick them up for you at a con.
Vic said that's the face you make when your fingers poke through the TP.
No, and went full suppository with that one.
The right face is either him being sleepy or enjoying something in bed. Like,
yeah, going to an intergalactic house of sin, something like that.
Now, Johnny, do you think this one is like this bundle right here is worth it? Like $300 for this whole entire wave, plus the little add-on right here and stuff like that.
I mean, dollar for dollar, it's worth it. But for me personally, after getting the first wave, which was so varied, I'd say it's kind of mid. I'm like, it's great product for sure, but just for what I've already got, I don't feel a necessary urge to pull the trigger on all these.
You have until Sunday at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. We'll see how I feel tonight. If anything, I want the dogs.
11 o'clock Eastern time or Pacific? Sorry.
Let's see. Let me double check again. Hold on.
Weekends add-ons. And weekend.
Where is it? 11 p.m. Eastern.
I'm gonna admit, Cosmic Legions don't really play. Nah, I'm not. Same thing with Mythic Legions. Like, I wouldn't. They're good figures. They're good, very good, beautiful, sculpted and detailed figures. But I wouldn't go crazy about every figure in the line. Now, some of them I actually do want because I want to use them for multiple reasons. But I couldn't. Like this wave in general, I probably would buy the little short green dude, maybe the useless guy with the stick and goggles, and the dog. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and the dude with the dude who makes the awkward face. You got to get him for sure. But I mean, I couldn't see me getting everybody in this wave. Granted, the other ones do look good, but it's just same thing. They don't. No, I agree. They don't appeal to me either. Or I mean, I guess we could go with apply too, depending on what you want to do or your display purposes and stuff like that. But and just like that, there was one. Well, I'm gonna wait for everybody to come back on. But for anybody who is still on here, thank you for hanging out with us. Pretty much Put in the Cart is going to be doing, I want to say a 2-week hiatus, since just gearing up and get ready for October. So the next 2 weeks we won't have any kind of episodes. But then come back. I want to say, let me look at the date on it. Schizo for that. No, not at all. I just figured I would just toss this part out. I want to say come back around for. So the first Saturday in October is the 7th. Starting that Saturday, we'll have an episode every Saturday. So it won't be every 2 Saturdays or anything like that. That, and then prior to that, the 2 days before then, I think that Wednesday will be the first episode of the weekly recap as far as figures go. So put in the cart is going to be split into two again, like I mentioned earlier, but then at the same time, starting in October 7th. That's when we'll have an episode every Saturday. And that's pretty much all I got. So I'm just going to wait for these other two to hop on if they ever do, and then close it out. But if they don't, then I'll just close it out with them. So they got like a few more minutes to go, and that's it. No, it's cool that somebody came back. I had time to give out the whole outro, bro. I'm just about done. So
My bad. My bad. I had still on the clock, man.
No. Oh, now
Sorry.
Dante wants to come back. I know his ass is watching the whole entire time. Yo, this food done yet? Like,
No, I definitely say something before just going ghost.
insert city pop here to pass it. Nah, Raj over here just been fucking just torturing me on camera, bro. I fuck with it. Though.
My bad.
Buddy.
I did not expect to get caught up that long.
Nah, it's all good, bro. I just pretty much considering the fact that it wasn't that much time left anyway. I was explaining whoever was watching still that pretty much taking a 2-week break until October 7th. And then from October, like more than likely we're probably gonna do like put it in the cart every Saturday. But then that's when we're gonna start doing what is it? The weekly recap too. We'll start doing that, shooting that out in October as well, like the first week of October. So
Say less. We just gotta figure out how exactly we're gonna get that set up and streamlined. But yeah,
nah, true. So like I said, at least the weekly recap that won't have to be live, but as far as like doing it every week, and then just get my guests in order in for October and stuff like that. Because like I said, it's spooky month, bro.
man,
Gotta go hard for October.
October even.
Oh yeah, that too. So I forgot. Like I saw a bunch of events going on, so it's just like yeah, definitely got to do that. Possibly even have like a few toy photographer guests, an episode or two. So
I know I'm with you, but who are you thinking? It's more or less just us.
No, like pretty much like the people. Dante has to sing the outro. No, he has to if he ever comes back. We're waiting on Dante. We got 3 minutes. So by the time it hits 2 hours, like he ain't sung it, I'm cutting it off. So, who would I like though? It's
Put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. Yeah, I got to put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. Where you going to put it in the cart? Yeah. With Nick Steele and Plastic Thunder Johnny and a little guy named Dante who has no show. He's just here to have fun. That's all. Yeah.
Right.
wicked WB. Right. But yeah, pretty much to answer that question, and before I head out of here, let me see. Who is somebody definitely toy photographer wise? Cam. I keep screaming out Cam, and I really want him to be on the show, but
yeah, Cam. Fuck, here I am asking you for your ideas. I had ideas too, but shit.
Keyword Joe would definitely be dope to have on the show.
You asking for ACBA alumni and elites.
Brandon, if I pronounce or butcher his name wrong, I apologize. Brandon Tillanucci, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Like I'm like a huge fan of his kaiju shots. So yeah, and then that's going on. So yeah, now it's time to end the show. So
there we go.
Yep. Warning. That's it.
Run out of house on fire.
So with that, everybody, have a good weekend.
All right.
Later, y'all. We're on fire. Get out of the house, everybody. We're still live. I'm here. Y'all have a great time. Y'all have a great weekend. For Nick, who left the show running in the background, I don't know what else to say. Put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. You got to put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. Hey, you got to put it in the cart. Yeah. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe.